Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's gonna be a great day. Right now, I'm going to set my car up on a trailer. I'm gonna do my first tow with the X5M. I'm going to a track day tomorrow. I'm going to Thunder Hill. And guys, I know people say, well, you know, you could just drive it. And I'm like, sure, I can drive my car to the track. I can do it perfectly fine. But I don't know what's gonna happen when I push in the car. I'm going by myself. I'm pushing the car to its limits. You never know when I'm gonna have a flat tire. I never know when I can lose 2 tires or something can happen with the engine, right? So those things right there, you gotta be aware, and I gotta make sure I can have the way to get the car back home in event something like this happens. All right, guys, I mean, $50 for a trailer versus, you know, $500 tow or $300 tow ride home, you know, when you talk about a couple hours. All right, guys, let's get started. Right now, I'm just super excited. I think right now I'm just going to take the X5 to U-Haul, get to pick up the trailer to auto transport. If you follow my other channels, you've probably seen it before. Kind of the same thing. I won't show too much of that. Then we'll hook it up and we'll kind of do a little shakedown tow and see what happens. All right, I have the stealth hitch. I have my 7-way to 4-way pin, and since Stealth already gave me the ball, I put that together. Last time I told U-Haul to tighten this up for me. They ended up putting the washer here on top, and it caused, you know, I was just like, crap, you know, everything's wasn't done correctly. I'd rather do it myself, so I have my crescent wrench here. This is a 15-inch. I think it goes to, I'd link this in here if you guys want to do this yourself. But this will just hold this in place like that. And then I can put this is a 1.5 inch socket that should go right on there. All right, guys, let's get that going. I need to get a better mount in here. The one I've had isn't working out as good as I hoped. But anyway, I'm heading over to U-Haul. You guys saw me do the kind of the pre-checklist here, make sure I got everything all set, ready to go. I did express check-in. We'll see how good it is this time. The last couple times I did the express, I say quote-unquote express check-in, they still asked for a copy of my driver's license, take a picture front and back. I'm thinking to myself, if I did this on the app online, why am I still going through the same process again? So I just assume maybe it's new. Let's try it again. Here we go. A year later, maybe if they improved it, especially with the whole contactless stuff that's happened within the past year. All right, pulling in now. Let's see what they have that's ready to go. Wow. Okay, that was truly express. I was in there in and out 2 minutes. All she did, took my name, I signed the contract digitally on the pad, and that was it. It was very smooth process. I like that. So I'm gonna head it to the back. I don't have my hitch on there right now. I hate driving around with the hitch, the ball out sticking out. So I'm gonna put that on there real quick. But it's also cool to see the guy's face when he doesn't see a hitch mount, and you're backing up, and he's like, "Where's your hitch?" And he's looking underneath the car. So. Now what's nice is I have the option for the hitch zoom. So he's gonna guide me in anyway, but I'm gonna watch his instructions. I'm gonna show you guys just how accurate All right, I'm hooked up. So that went off without a hitch. But I never checked the lights. I just realized that. I don't think when I did the hitch install, I never hooked up to an actual trailer to check the lights. So when I was plugging this in, I'm thinking, oh crap, okay, what if the lights don't work? Because they're not letting me leave with the equipment with, if it's not working, it's, there's safety reasons. Something to myself, okay, worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, if something didn't happen, then I have to go back and pull the bumper off real quick, check the lights. But I mean, I have confidence in what I did, but like I said, I don't think I ever tested it out prior to arriving to U-Haul, which I should have done, just to make sure I don't get embarrassed. Sorry guys, I'm gonna head off to the car, back home, and we'll get started with getting the M3 loaded up. There's about 1,500 pounds dry, I think. I'll put it in the bottom of the screen here what the actual weight is. I'm gonna look it up. But I mean, just right now, pulling off in the parking lot, I don't know anything's back here. It doesn't feel like I'm pulling anything. So I gotta be careful, make sure I don't do any fast accelerations, any launch controls with this trailer back on. Just real quick, make sure that the sensor's disabled. Perfect. So rear sensors disabled. You can see the trailer icon on that end right there. So good to go. It descends the trailer mode. Squeeze through here. Don't want to damage the rental before I get out of the parking lot. Pulls very similar to the 50i. Now, I never towed with the 50i without the tune because I didn't know my 50i was tuned. But they drive very similar. As far as pickup goes, you're doing more work trying to keep it from driving too fast, especially up these hills. Like, I'm just pulling up this small hill and it feels like nothing. Braking shouldn't be an issue. I mean, I know I have the brakes on here built into the trailer, but yeah, no issue there. Coming down slight downhill. So one thing that doesn't happen is the blind spot monitor does not disable. I don't seem to get many false alerts, so that maybe that's why BMW decided to keep that enabled with, I don't know. I'll let you guys know more when I get on the highway tomorrow to see how that works out. So right, home, I gotta do some stuff with M3 first. Let me park the trailer on the side of this house. No one lives here, I think I'll be all right. And here's the setup. Okay, have everything ready. I decided to get these blocks. Not sure how to arrange them, but we'll see. Because I always have a problem when I clear this, my car drops down, ends up scraping this, or actually it times it just enough that hangs over, and then when I back off, I don't have enough clearance. And here's the setup, how it looks. we'll get all loaded up and we'll get ready. First tow in the X5M, towing my BMW M3. Here we go. So it's got a track day tomorrow. I want to get fuel top off, so I want to do it in the morning. Shakedown before I get on the road. All right. And what I might do, I might just flash it to stock because I don't need to tune to towing, and I want to make sure everything stays normal. Why have it being pushed extra power, extra torque? I don't know if it's designed that way. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys tow with tune. I prefer just go ahead and do it stock. Let's see. Starting off, I'm only giving this thing a quarter throttle, and it is shifting at around like, where am I right now? 7th gear, 50 miles an hour. Got a small, like a slight downhill braking. Let me see how that does. No extra push. Yeah, that was pretty easy. And now I have a small hill climb. I mean, it's very, very slight. Let's see how it handles that. And what I'm doing here is I'm towing to the gas station. I'm gonna see how it does. As far as the straps, check the straps, make sure everything's all situated. It climbs to about 2,000 RPM before it shifts. It seems that it wanted to hold that gear up that hill. Still 2,000 RPM. Still in 6th gear, just went to 7th. All right. Now with this car on here, can I tell that I'm towing something? Yes. Does it feel like it's struggling? No. Yeah, doing just fine. I'm cruising the 8th gear actually at 55 miles an hour. Just under 1,500 RPM. Very light throttle. I have a small, very slight hill. Let's see if it kicks down. I'm gonna stay at 55. Going over the bumps doesn't feel like a lot of movement. I mean, the comfort, everything's a comfort efficient. Stayed in 8th. Yep, didn't even flinch that hill. So I'm confident that I can cruise on the highway probably like 65 miles an hour and stay in 8th gear. I might leave a tune on it because it's not requiring a lot of extra power to need the tune. I do hear a little bit more exhaust noise. That gives me the sign that it is, working, which I would expect to tow something like this. Big hill. 4th gear, 2,500 RPM. 5th gear, yeah. It's like I didn't even feel it. I know people say about X5s, they're amazing tow vehicles. They're completely stable. They have the power. This doesn't seem much different than my 50i. Go, go, go. Don't. People wait to the last minute to move over. They know the lane's running out. And I talked about this in my last video about surge brakes. It doesn't work by electricity. The surge brakes work when I apply brakes, the tongue force pressing against the vehicle is a spring, and when that spring gets pushed, it activates the brakes. There's hydraulic fluid in there, and it just works off that way. So I don't know if you've seen the U-Haul trailers had a big, the tongue itself is just large, but there's a hydraulic cylinder on there. And when you apply the vehicle's brakes, it actually, once it feels that push, it applies the brake. Now the caveat to that is when you're reversing up a hill, it makes it difficult on the tow vehicle because it is applying the brakes the whole entire time. So if you're backing uphill, hope you have some power. Yeah, I think my biggest difficulty is going to be me trying to hold back my speed on the highway. So I'll probably just set the cruise control. I wonder if I could fit in here. Probably not. Let's see if I can line this up. Okay, get some gas.